Title reads, she used to talk to me 24/7. Now she's ignoring me for a new guy. So the guy says, hey everyone, I'm 18 years old, have been talking to this girl for at least 5 months. We used to talk literally 24/7, texting, calling, sharing, everything. Well, that's probably the issue you're already running into because you should not be messaging a girl or talking to a girl that much and not set up a date, especially if you fancy her, which clearly you do. I think some guys think if you talk to her all the time and be her friend and listen to all her issues, she's going to start falling in love with you and that attraction is going to build. Usually it has the absolute opposite effect, and some guy will just swoop in and sweep her off of her feet. He continues to say, we really are close friends, even though she said we're just friends. She often gave me mixed signals, like she might like me too. Well, you only got yourself to blame at this point. If the girl's saying to you straight up, hey, I see you as a friend, and you think, oh, la di da di da, I can change her mind, I can build her up to something more than just friendship, then you're just kidding yourself. Listen to what the woman says to you and take that on board and then decide what you want to do from there. Don't start being in la la land thinking you can change this girl's outlook on you because it's only going to end up in disappointment and tears. He says, I did not propose to her. I like her either, but I was taking it slowly. Bro, she knows that you like her. Like, you wouldn't be talking to her 24/7 if you didn't like her. She knows you like her, and she's probably just dragging you along with it because she likes the support you give her. She likes someone to talk to. She likes someone to say about how awful men are and be a shoulder to cry on. But she's never going to sleep with you. She's probably never going to go on a date with you because she views you as purely just an emotional tampon, so to speak. He says, we were so close that I never thought she'd be crazy if a new guy texts her. To be fair, this guy is only 18 years old, and I think I was making these mistakes up until my early 20s, so I'm going to cut him some slack, but this is a tough lesson learned. Yeah, some guys just can swoop in, not go down that friendship route, and take her straight on a date, or he might meet her in person and go straight for the kiss straight away, and you're the one fumbling around, texting her 24/7, asking how her day is and what the weather's like. That's not going to excite a woman. A woman wants to be excited. She wants there to be some mystery about the guy she's talking to. But if you're talking to her 24/7 a day, she knows everything about you, and that's going to bore her. And I think even guys who are in long-term relationships and maybe even into marriage, they need to try and keep it exciting and have some mystery about them, which is difficult to do in a marriage, especially if you're living with the girl. But this guy's 18. He could get away with including some mystery, but he's not having that with this woman. Recently, she started talking to a new guy. Ever since then, she's been ignoring my texts or taking forever to reply, even though she's clearly online and active. Yeah, because she's having some excitement with this new guy. Who knows what they're doing when you're not texting? And she's probably having a great time with him, and her phone's vibrating from you, spamming her phone, maybe double texting, asking what she's up to. And yeah, it's just needy behavior, and it's just gonna make her fall even further away from you and make her closer to the guy she's currently dating. Last night she didn't reply at all, and today we've talked a little bit before she just stopped responding again. Yeah, she's probably just talking to you while she's on the toilet, getting ready to meet her new guy. Like, you're just like a stopgap. You're kind of like the middleman, the fluffer, so to speak, in porn terms. You're just keeping her not aroused, but you know what I mean. You're just keeping her engaged until she gets more proper physical excitement from the guy she started to date. This is gonna be a tough lesson for this guy, but it's lucky he's having it at the age of 18, so he can understand what women are like and deal with it better than a guy who maybe is in his mid 20s, early 30s, experiencing this for the first time. I'm trying to stay chill, but it honestly hurts because I'm always there for her, and now it feels like she's replaced me. Well, she hasn't really replaced you because you were just a friend. Like, the guy she has now is more than just a friend. So it's not like you're a lover and you've been replaced by another lover. Like, this guy's multiple leagues ahead of you, and he's playing the game perfectly. and this girl's eating it all up. Now, at the start, she might have fancied you, but you probably messaged and talked her out of liking you by playing this friendship card for way too long. She was probably waiting there, twiddling her thumbs, saying, "When's this guy going to ask me out?" And you never did. I don't want to be back up or chase someone who clearly doesn't care the same way. Well, at least you realise that, and hopefully you stick to that. He finishes it by saying, "Should I completely ghost her and move on? Or just play it cool and wait to see if she comes back after her new guy phase out?" But why would you want that? Okay, like the guy leaves her and then you're just the sloppy seconds. Like, why would you want that? You should absolutely, maybe not ghost her, but if she messages you again, message her back and say, "Hey, it's great to hear from you. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, but I want something more. I know you're not feeling that right now. You've got this other guy. Hit me up whenever you want to be more than just friends, and we'll go on a date." And just leave it at that. And either she'll hit you up or she won't, and that's completely fine. And during this period, at the age of 18, you should be out there dating. And this is the best time of your life to let loose and meet people, because you haven't got all the responsibilities of adult life putting you down. There'll be other women out there who will be crazy about you. Stop wasting your time on women who don't view you as their first priority. Now, at the age of 18, not many women are going to see you as their first priority. There'll be other 18-year-old women out there who you might be, their first experience in the dating scene, and that's really special to them. And those are women you can possibly tie down to something long term. What should I do if she calls me? Should I pick up or no? I know she will call me if she can't reach me out through Instagram. Bro, don't give her the time of day. And if she does call, keep the call brief and say literally what I said before. You don't want to be stuck on the phone with her, for hours on end, and she'll be just telling you about how well her date went or how bad the Chad broke her heart. You don't want to be that shoulder to cry on. You want to be the girl who is excited about seeing you and go on a fun date with. Because at the end of the day, you want to be more than just friends. This guy's kind of playing the friendship role, but he knows deep down he's kidding himself. If he wants to be just a friend, he wants to be much more than just a friend to this girl. And the first way to do that is to stick up for yourself and say, "No, this is what I want." She'll respect that much more if you're honest with her in that regard, instead of just being that male orbiter, which will repulse most women. Anyway, that's all, guys. Cheers. See ya.
Want to go together? Want to go together?
Everybody, everybody, take me.